like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Hello! That's really dark. Hang on. Bring that a bit. Really need a remote for this shit. And bring my mic in. Hello! Hang on, I just need to adjust this. I really wish I could automate this shit so just fucking everything moves in just all electronically. Just arms start coming in and it's so fucking awesome. Alright, so well, what is it? It is Wednesday, September the 9th. 2 p.m. or actually 2:05 Pacific Standard Time, and 2020. And this is Ask an Angel, my show where I ask all kinds of questions. Mostly seems to be just being bombarded with relationship questions and some fucked up questions. And I screen them. I have to, because the questions I get, some of them are simple and some of them are really fucked up. And as you guys have noted, I'm sure. Yeah. 1 second. That's weird. Why is my thing doing this? Okay, that's odd. So, why is that not doing that? Huh. So, I got a whole bunch of questions. I got 10 today. I'm gonna see if I can answer them in an hour and a half, 2 hours max. I'm gonna answer them all anyway. 10 questions that I've specifically picked. I answer all questions either in email. If it's not appropriate, I'll probably tell you that it's not going to be aired. If it is appropriate and I've got time to squeeze it in, I will squeeze it in. But if I can't, I will get it. I'll either put it on the next show or I won't put it at all because the question's fucked up. I'm trying to find out. So I've been getting a lot of questions, somewhat sexual. Like, I'm not fucking. This is not a Dr. Ruth. This is, but some things I get asked. It's kind of like borderline on whether it'll be appropriate to ask online. I'm just trying to find out what the where the line is for Twitch, because I don't want to get banned answering questions. So I am working on that. But anyway, welcome to everybody from YouTube who will be watching this when I upload this. My name is, just call me the Angry Angel. To ask a question, it's right. Let me just try to get to it. Right there. Just send your questions there, and I will answer them as quick as I can. But we're going to get to it really quick. I'm just waiting for more people to start flowing in, but it seems to be only one. I think I know what's going on. I think my router's having an issue or something. I'm not sure. Okay, now it's saying I've got. That's really weird. But anyway, let's get to it. Straight to the first questions. And there are a bunch of. Some of them are okay. Some of them are not. Like they're okay for Twitch. But some of them are kind of like. They'll feel a little toxic. Or you want to take the person and just give them a big old shake. Not really toxic, but there's one not as toxic as the one from last week, but pretty fucking close. Pretty fucking close. Yeah. You know, where was I? I was trying to bring that up. First question. So I'm going to bring it on this screen so I can see it better. Where is it? There you are. Nope, that's not it. That's the one. So, question from Anonymous. If you, I'm just making sure you guys can hear me okay, right? Mic. Yeah, good. So, if you marry a woman that lost custody of her children, lost custody of her children. Oh, I remember this question. This one's a really tough one. Yeah. So if you marry a woman that lost custody of her son from a previous marriage, now you have children of your own with her, but she demands that you take care of her other child that you have never met because he lives with his father in another country. Should the new husband be responsible for the child he never met, even after 10 years of marriage? What are your thoughts? See, this is a difficult one. There's a few things that I wish I could ask you in person, because it really depends to me. This is I forgot to give my disclaimer. I've really got to put it at the beginning. Disclaimer, everybody. I am not a lawyer. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not trained in any way, shape, or form. So all I'm giving, when I'm giving my answers, I'm just giving you my thoughts, my personal opinion, my feelings on these questions. I tend to give good advice. I've always had this knack since I was a kid. But in a sciencey, in a law way, you cannot quote me. I take no responsibility for the answers. The decision on what you do with the information that I give, with my thoughts and my feelings, this is not me saying, you do this, you do that. You're the end person who makes the decision on what you do. You're the one responsible for it. Maybe get several people's answers, but you sent the question to me. I'm just simply giving you my 10 cents. So you've been married, never met him, 10 years of marriage, and you've never met the child. Okay. Well, the child would be at least 10 years old. At least, has to be. No, it would have to be 11. It would have to be 11. Unless you met the person, unless you got married right away and she had a child when you were 1, I'm assuming this child is 11, maybe 12. And I'm trying to wonder what you mean by responsible for. Are you talking financially? Are you talking about... You're not really responsible per se, but it's your wife's child. Your stepchild. So in a way there is a sense of responsibility because you love your wife. This is your children's sibling, right? That's their brother. Hang on, I had a son. Yeah, so that's their brother, right? Your children's brother. There is a connection. There is a sense of family to that child, whether you like it or not. It is kind of like, what the fuck? I've never gotten to meet the child. I've never gotten to know the child. I don't think you are. I don't know about the legal ramifications of it, but I don't think you are responsible for that child in the immediate sense. In the ethical sense, if the child comes to you, like if he's old enough, like let's say he's 18 years old, he comes to you, I've got nowhere to go. In a moral sense, I'd help. Like if it was me, if I was in your shoes, I'd probably help the kid. Like, oh, I've got no place to live, or blah blah blah. I'd probably help. Would I be sending money over to another country to support that child? No. If the father wants to send that child to my house, like to live, then I would take responsibility. Absolutely. I would do it. I would do it because I want that child to be safe. If I felt that that child is not safe with the father in another country, I would probably be contacting the police. If they've no protection for that child in the other country, if they're being abused or whatever, would I contact the police? Yes. Would I contact social services of that country? Yes. But if that child is taken care of, then it's not really your responsibility. It's the nice thing to do, to be supportive if you can. If they send you pictures, fuck, oh, this is what I did in school, but if you never even met the child, you never even talked to the child. I mean, why are you not allowed to talk? Why have you not talked to the child? Are you allowed to talk to the child, or is you're not allowed because you're not the father? Well, if you're not considered the father, then why the fuck are you expected to respond, to be responsible? If you're not allowed to even talk to the child, then no, I'm sorry, you're not responsible. As much as it would be nice, no, financially, I don't think you are. But that's my answer on that one. I am going to put this to a vote. I didn't actually write it down as a vote, but I can see there's people in my watching, so I'm going to put this as a poll. New poll. Should he be responsible? Yes, no. I'm just going to put it as a 2-minute duration because I've only got a few people. Boom. There we go. And we shall watch as this goes. Oh, excuse me. One person says no. Good. There doesn't seem to be anybody else yet, but we'll wait. Yeah, but yeah, no, I don't think you're responsible. I think it's a thin line between the responsibility and the kindness, right? Are you responsible for them? No, their father. The people who are looking after the child, they're the ones that's responsible. They're the one that's got custody. The person with custody is the one who should be responsible for that child. Anybody else is helping out, regardless. Even in circumstances with people look at it like, oh, there's the single mother and she's got a child, right? Is the father? They don't live together. They're broken up. Is the father responsible? Well, yes, they helped create it, right? In that circumstance, the father and the mother of blood have some responsibility. The person who has custody has more responsibility because they've got custody. They're putting a roof over their head. They're the ones with the custody. So the custody person has more responsibilities. The person not has responsibilities, but that's because of blood. Anything else past that is, if the child was living with you, yes, I would say you do have responsibility. If the child was not, because the child is not, I don't think so. Responsibility lies on the father. Absolutely. On the father that they're living with. If he was living with you, absolutely, I would say you take responsibility. But the father, the actual father, should still have responsibility because his child. Unless, of course, the father wants to give up complete rights, never see the child again, then you know what? Responsibility is on your wife and on you, and he should never, ever be expected, because he's given up responsibility, he's given up the rights. But when in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, a year's time, he comes back and says, oh, I'd like to fuck off. After I've raised the child, fuck off. But then at that point of the age, you kind of want to put it on the child as well. At this point, because you've been married, you said it was before you got married, which means at least 11 years old. He's got a brain of his own. So you should ask him, like, do you even want to have this person as a father? a father-like figure. But he hasn't even met him. Never even met him. Like me, I'm flabbergasted and blown away at the fact that on this, the mother is totally okay having a child with somebody, and then the father up and leaving and to another country. The father, I don't know any woman at all. Like most women I know, that I've known in my life, they've got a baby, they are, don't even try to think of taking that child away. They will fucking gut you. But in this case, your wife has been okay, and legally, I don't know what country you're from, because it doesn't say here, but in most countries, most of the big countries like Canada, America, England, most of the big ones, they've got rules against that. About, like, as a father, as a mother, the other parent can't just take the child to another country willy-nilly, regardless, without your approval. Can't do that. It's against the law, and because of extradition, stuff like that, the child can be brought back, and you can be arrested, and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's a tricky one for that, but no, I don't think you've got any responsibility for it, financially or anything like that. But if the child comes to you when he's older, understand, they might want to get to know you. There could come a time, and I'm going to get really serious here. One day your wife might pass before you. That child might come to you because they love their mother and want to get to know the man who was with. Let him in. Just to mourn or whatever. But if they've never talked to you the entire life, you have no actual responsibility. But anyway, that's my 10 cents worth on this question, and I've gone way too much into it. Let's get the next one. Oh yeah, it's going so good so far. Okay, the next question is just a simple random question. It was asked from an anonymous, but it's just been marked as a random question. That's what they say. Boom! Random question time. Here we go. If your ex asked you for money, will you give... I need advice, please. So clearly this is for a situation that you are in. Because you're asking me my opinion as I give it as if I was you. It would depend on my ex. It would depend on the ex and the situation. If my ex called me up, I don't have money to... I'm about to be on the living on the street. Can you help? And I knew and I trusted her. If this is one of my exes that I trusted, that they didn't hurt me, that it broke up, maybe mutual reasons, and we stayed friends, perhaps I might do it to help her out. If it's an ex who it ended badly, probably not. I wouldn't want harm to come to any of my exes, but on the whole word of responsibility, I'm no longer responsible. When that relationship ends, it's ended. I owe them nothing, right? There's a kindness that comes into play, but if it's somebody that's done something to hurt me, they've cheated on me, they broke my heart in some wicked way, well, where was the kindness at that point when they hurt me, right? If they've hurt me, chances are they're okay with using me and me giving them financial help in any way. No. But yeah, there's some of my exes, if they asked, like they've moved on, they've gotten married, they've got kids, and let's say approaching Christmas time, and they need money for like a present or whatever, I'd consider it. I wouldn't necessarily say yes. I'd tell them, let me think about it, see what I can do. Might not even help financially, might help a different way, but Yeah. It depends on the relationship. It depends on how it ended, how they are, what they want the money for. They want money to buy a new car? Probably not. Fuck, go get a job. For fuck's sake. I'm not your mommy and daddy. I'm your ex. Yeah, that's my answer to that one. That's a short, quick one. I like the fact that I get random questions. I mean, yeah, it's a relationship question, but it's not really a relationship question. It's just a what to do kind of question, which I like. I like getting some of these added questions. So, to my viewers, feel free to send more of those my way. Much appreciated. Next one, from an anonymous. Ooh, question number 3. This is an interesting one. Here we go. Why did that not go through? There we go. Okay, so how young is too young? I am 34 and currently seeing a 21-year-old. Is that wrong? Ooh, this is a dangerous one. This could be a dangerous one. But I'm going to say no. One, they're of legal age. It's a number. It's a fucking number. You're talking about dating, right? Seeing. I'm assuming dating. Could be a full relationship or whatever. That age is not really that fucking bad. Not bad at all. When I was younger, that age actually, I dated women in their 50s. You wouldn't know that they're in their 50s to look at them. But age is really just a number. As long as, one, it's legal, no one's going to get hurt, everyone's happy, and it's fine. The place where it comes into the tricky part, the realistic side of things, is, let's say you were 50 and she's 21. If you're a guy, see, this doesn't even say who's the boy, who's the girl. But let's say you're 50, she's 21. Or you're 40 and she's 21, right? A relationship could happen. But let's say you just want to get married, which you totally could. Nothing wrong with that. But she might want to have children. Now at 41, 50, most guys can still actually have children. Reverse that. He's 21. You're female. You're in your 40s, 50s. He wants to have children one day. Now the relationship, the sex might be amazing, but there's a lot more strain on a woman's body as she gets older, and the chances of her not just getting pregnant. I mean, because I've read stories where 80-year-old women got pregnant. The baby didn't make it. The baby died. There's health complications with a woman getting pregnant when she's older. So realistically, will that relationship last? If the guy's wanting children eventually, probably not. There's going to be some kind of, and even if he goes, you know what, like, let's say he wanted kids, I want kids one day, and he goes, oh, I love her too much, I love her so much, I could do without having children. Eventually, there's a risk, not a guarantee, but there's a risk there could be resentment, and the relationship could fail. Not guaranteed. They might genuinely go, you know what, I'm going to give up the whole idea of children, but understand that would be a massive gift. These are the questions that would need to be asked. Where's the relationship going? Is this just going to be a booty call? Is this just somebody I'm going to see? Is this somebody I'd like to have a future with? Between the ages of 21 and 34, there's not a big fucking deal. The other things that you got to look at is also depending the age difference between you and her, or you and him, or whatever. If he's getting along and you click, that's great. But there are things, maturity-wise, that will last there. I've always said for like the longest time, and I've watched Patton, and if you haven't seen it yet, watch for this with youngsters, right? There's a part in everyone, at about the age of about 17, 18, even 19, where they finish school and somehow they've got a high school diploma, or they've finished, and they've branded in their mind, I know everything. I've got the answer to everything. I know everything. Blah, blah, blah. I just finished school, right? I don't need to learn anything else. I don't need to take anything in. I can be the voice of wisdom for everybody, young and old, blah, blah, blah. That's what, that kicks in at that age. Up until the age of about 25, 30, even 35, when the brain kicks in and goes, oh my God, I didn't know everything. That whole fucking maturity, it's like a fucking switch. But the time when it happens is different for everybody. It's, I know everything. Holy shit, I really don't. It's around about that time. She's 21. She's either entered it or she's in it. Now, there are exceptions to every rule, but it's in there. You're 34, you will be coming out of it, right? Holy fuck, I don't know everything. And you'll turn to her, and with your experience, you can actually tell her stuff. But she will probably not be willing to listen. So you've got to look at or vice versa, him, she, whatever. Whether she's going to take that advice. Now, it does not mean that just because you're older, you know more. Doesn't mean that she knows more. It means you just have to accept the idea. You're in a relationship, and you just have to talk things out. Communication, which I talk about in every one of my shows. I don't think there's a fucking show I haven't talked. Communication is where it'll need to be, big time. And knowing like the rules of communication, and basically not fighting, not yelling, each speaking their turn, not speaking over each other. Don't talk down to her, and don't let her talk down to you. Because if you do, that age thing will come and bite you in the ass. She'll start looking at you, oh fuck, he's too old, he's too much of a fuddy duddy. Or you look down, oh, she's too fucking young, and fucking kids. You'll be thinking this stuff. So work on the way you're talking, otherwise that will come into play. Those will come into play and things like that. Then there'll be a time when you'll start to come down. Your energy level will start to come down. And her level, her energy will still be peaking. She'll want to go to fucking walks and hiking and this and that and the other. And your energy will be like, fuck, I'm still sleeping, fuck off. That's going to come into play too. You just need to look at those things in the realistic sense. The age gap right now is not an issue. But when you hit 50 and she's, what's that? 21, it's 13 years difference. So when you're 50 and she's still in her late 30s. And then you got the thing of looks and stuff like that. Most of us, we're not shallow, but is she ever going to question the fact that you look like grandpa and she still looks like she's good to go? Are you going to be able to handle the jealous times when a guy of her age is going to be checking her out? Even now, fuck. Are you going to be able to handle when the younger guys are checking her out and you're looking at yourself going, I'm just getting old? You just need to look at the realisticness of it. If it's just a booty call, if it's just dating, fuck whatever, have fun. Knock yourself out. If you are looking at a serious relationship, potentially even marriage, consider those things. And that does not mean to discourage you. That means to look at them as serious obstacles and what can you do to overcome them if you come to them. Be a Boy Scout with the whole thing. Like, be prepared. Tell each other, like, yeah, this could happen. So we need to be. I'm going to actually put this in as well as a vote. New poll. So how am I going to put this? Age gap? No, what's that? Okay. Is it too young? 34 and 34-year-old and a 21-year-old. 21-year-old. Yes. No. 2-minute poll. Away it goes. Is it too young? 34-year-old and 21-year-old. Viewing results. Oh. No. We got 1 for no. And keep in mind we haven't even gotten to the crazy questions yet. I'm actually thinking about in the future when I do sort through my questions, I'm gonna have it like this where all the easy ones come first, and near the end, the moments where I'm so pissed off that I'm wanting to get the fuck off, those will come at the end. But then I want to make people want to stay because of the interesting, juicy questions, right? Which them being at the end would be good, but maybe spreading them out, like every third question would be the juicy ones. I don't know. Things to think about. Doesn't look like anybody else is voting, so I think we'll move on. I think we will. I'm just gonna end this poll here because I don't see anybody else coming in. Boom. Okay, so answer no. Okay, so next question. Am I blurry for a reason? Hang on. Next question. There it is. Okay, this person doesn't want to lose their friend, apparently. I think this is one of the fucked up questions. Okay, so I am a married man. Well, I am a married man. I once had a single lady very close to me. We hang out. We hang out oftentimes together, just the two of us. We even went to movie theater on my birthday. We lived in the same house and cooked together, but suddenly everything changed. I asked my wife to add her on Facebook, but my friend didn't accept her twice. My friend doesn't reply anymore and never talks to me. She blocked me on Facebook and everywhere. Okay, looking at this. Yeah, I don't want to lose my friend. Okay, so let me just ponder this a second. How to word all this. It sounds to me, if this is really the timeline. See, I wish I could ask you more questions. The timeline of which you've just put. It sounds like when she didn't know you were married. Wait, see, I'm confused by some of this. Like, were you married before? Like, you were living with her, you cooked with her, live in the same house. Like, did she know your wife? Because maybe she thinks that your wife's not okay. Maybe she thinks that all of this has to end because you've got a wife. It sounds like she's upset. This is the two possible things I'm thinking. One, she's jealous that you've got a wife and she wants to be with you. Two, she is worried for your wife. She doesn't know that your wife is okay with it. But then your wife added her as a friend. Possibly got spooked going, oh my god, why she had me as a friend? Is she going to come after me? Right? She could be like nervous, thinking that she's going to be getting into some massive conflict. And instead of fucking dealing with the conflict, she's just shut it down, shut the friendship down. She might actually be even hurting herself. I would say you don't want to lose your friend. I'm not saying you've necessarily lost her, because yeah, she is blocked, right? And right, this is how she wants. If you've lived together, then chances are you know where she lives. Maybe send her a letter that she can read in her time. You can only do what you can do. You can't control everybody else. You need to honor people's wishes, and if they don't want you in their life, it sucks, but that's the way it is. Frankly, if this person's your friend, as close of a friend as you want, and she just wants to toss you out of her life, then really, is she really that much of a friend? Right? She might be hurting, but she's a friend. She's been this close. And she's just going to toss you aside just because you're married? Or where's the friendship? Where was the actual care? No, that was a selfish act on her part. And do you really want to keep her as a friend? You want to ask yourself that. Do you really want to be with a friend who wants you to toss you away like you're not worth it because you're married? Right? Yes, she might be hurting. Yes, she might have actually been wanting to have a relationship with you herself. She might be surprised. She might not have even known that you had a wife. Right? It's possible that she saw more than just close friends. These are all possibilities. I would write a written letter. Don't type it up. Write it out. Show your wife, because you don't want your wife getting jealous or upset. But write out an actual written, old school, fucking handwritten letter and mail it to her. She'll get it in the mail from you, or she'll toss it in the garbage. Sad thing is, you won't get your closure. In which case, you really don't want that shit. Frankly, she doesn't deserve you as a friend. If that's how she's going to treat the friendship, treat you, you don't want that. It sucks because you remember all those good times. That's what we end up missing. We miss people that are in our lives because they're wonderful feelings that we felt when we were with them, when we were talking with them. You don't miss the person. Everybody gets confused with the whole, I miss something. No, you miss the feelings of how you felt when that person was around you. You miss the feeling of, right, how they made you feel. That's what you miss. You don't miss a person. You don't miss a thing. I feel good, like my dog. If I'm not around my dog, I love my dog like crazy. Because I love how I feel when I'm around her. There's a connection. And I'm very protective of her. I would never want anything to harm her because I love my dog. Same as you. I'm not trying to compare your friend to a dog. Slimy a little bit, and the fact that she tosses you away, but she's hurting. Clearly she's hurting. If somebody's going to go to the effort of blocking you on everything. But I do find it interesting that you say that she just didn't accept your wife's friendship, but she blocked you, which means she didn't block your wife, which is very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, she's open for communication with your wife. Maybe she's waiting for your wife to say, I don't mind just being friends. Maybe the three of you could be good friends. Unless, of course, she's hurting and you broke her heart because she didn't know that you were married, and she thinks, oh my God, this guy's a fucking prick. He just didn't tell me that she was married. I can't believe it. And she's hurt because she definitely thought there was something more there, for sure. And she might not understand the fact that boys and girls can be just friends without having a relationship or having sex or anything like that. Society's changing, the world is changing. These are new concepts. They're new and old, but still new, because we are having more friendships happening these days than there used to be. A boy and a girl being friends used to just be weird as hell. The idea of not having sex or whatever, because we're primal. It's going to be there. It's always there. But anyway, we're going to move on. We are going to move on. But that's the answer to that question. There's no poll needed on that one. Not really. Now, I'm curious if this one's even going to fit. This next one, I'm pretty sure this is one of the fucked up ones. Yeah. This is one of the fucked up ones. Now, will it fit on the screen? Oop, it's barely fitting. Let me see if I can fix it. It's because the word absolutely. There we go. So, hang on. everything else fits. So everything past A, go like this, go like there, go like this, go like that, this. 1 second, everybody. I'm just making sure this fits better. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm just trying to get this thing to fit on the screen so that it's easier read. That one. That one. That one. That one. Think of that one. Oh, come on. Right, so that should fit better. There we go. Now it fits all in the box. Okay, so where is it on mine? Here we go. My husband of 14 years all of a sudden decided he wants a divorce. That to me, 14 years, all of a sudden, I want a divorce. He was staying at his mom's. He was staying at his mom's house for a few weeks before, and I thought it was because he wanted to play his video games. It was a divorce because he wants to play video games. Please, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm very sorry this is happening to you, but it's not video games. I was wrong, and when I finally caught on, he broke up with me over a text message. Oh, you thought he was going to his mom's just to play video games? Yeah, that's weird as well. We have 2 kids together. Breaking up over text message. Anybody who does that, I'm sorry, that's a slimy thing to do. Not text message. Don't be a fucking coward. No, fuck. I mean, it's bad enough hearing people doing it over the phone or whatever. You're just being a fucking coward. Do it in person, for fuck's sake. At least and it's gonna hurt. Yes, it's gonna hurt. Yes, you're gonna feel guilty. But you're ending a fucking relationship. I mean, if it's just like a booty call, whatever, who cares? Yeah, you know what? Psh, I don't want your booty anymore. If it's a fucking relationship and you're both in love and everything's going great, do it in person. You both deserve better than that. That's garbage. Text message is a slimy fucking cowardly way to end a relationship, especially at 14 years. Ugh, I was wrong. Okay, yeah, we got that bit. We have 2 kids together, and I'm absolutely lost without him. Well, yeah, it's 14 years. Absolutely. I have begged and pleaded with him that we can work it out, but he's been so mean and cold towards me. It's very hurtful. I wish I knew what it was, but it probably just pissed me off. So anyway, he doesn't care anymore, and I don't understand how he can treat me this way after all of our history. He doesn't want to pay child support. 14 years. I wish I knew how old the children were, because frankly, it doesn't fuck about what he wants. They're his kids. He has to pay, or alimony, and he's being a bully. He's been bullying me into signing paperwork, which I didn't. Good for you. Don't sign anything. Get a lawyer if you need to. I think the worst thing for me is soon after he threw this at me, he basically moved this girl into his mom's house and has her spending the night all the time. It's literally breaking me down, and to think his mom is allowing it when she said she was trying to be neutral in this, even though all the hurt and pain he has caused in the last month. I still want him back. Should I even bother or try to start over after all I've put into our marriage? Oh. Well, Cold hard truth. I'm going to give you. I hate to say this, because you've already gone through enough. The fact that he went to his mom's, I can almost guarantee he went there. This new girl is not a new girl. Since then, this girl has probably been before then. This is probably a girl that he's already been seeing. The fact that his mother allowed her to move in. So, what? Well, that's a fucker. What the? Here we go. And we're back. Good. Session's still going. I still have my viewers. Before I continue, I have to apologize. I had a little bit of technical difficulties there. My internet just died all of a sudden. I don't know why. What caused that? It was really weird. Yeah, back to. I'll have to piece this together before I put this onto YouTube. But yeah, thank you for sticking around. If everybody's still there, hopefully. What was I saying? Should I bother? Okay, so anyway, back to this. Back to this question. Very sad question, actually. It's kind of very similar to the one from last week. My husband of 14 years all of a sudden decided he wanted a divorce. Yeah, that's a little screwy, but yeah, I hate to tell you, whoever this new girl is, he was seeing her before. The fact that his mother let her move in, you don't let somebody who you just met in to live with you. This had been for a while. She's already met him before. Kind of shitty on his mother's part, not giving you at least a. Let me start over. Let me read it again. Okay, I'll read this question again because yeah, you probably didn't catch it all. So the question is, the thing that they mentioned. My husband of 14 years all of a sudden decided. Oh, that's what your response to her. I wouldn't necessarily take everything, but definitely, it really sucks at what he's done. It's beyond shitty. 14 years. And I totally understand why you're feeling where you are, because it's like, that's 14 years. I was talking about a little while ago about the anything that goes for like longer. Like if it's a booty call, you can get over it really quick. The longer a relationship is, the harder the pain is, right? And this is all of a sudden. You see, it's all of a sudden. It's all of a sudden to you. It's not all of a sudden to him. He moved out. His intention to move out, to do all this was planned. That was all planned. And he didn't want to seem like too much of an asshole. Probably knew that he's going to lose the house, but he moved out, so he's not trying to take the house. He probably knows he's not hoping in a sense, which there's not. I mean, I'm not, as I said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I even kept this close. I have 16 years. The thing is, and I understand where Max is going. The thing is, you shouldn't change. You sound like a really nice person, right? You don't want to have something like this make you become potentially bitter, to change who you are, right? To go, oh, I'm going to burn his clothes, I'm going to slice his car, you don't want to have him have the power to change the nice person that you are. Don't give him that power. Don't give him that satisfaction to turn you into just being bitter, right? Yes, you need to move on. I would say that's my answer on this one, and I'm going to get to why, but you should probably be moving on because he has. when a person can do that, I can tell you that it would take a lot of thought and effort to just end a relationship of 14 years. To just go, fuck. No, it doesn't just go like that. The human brain will go through moments of guilt, moments of this, moments of that. If you've done nothing wrong, I mean, I'm going to be honest. If you're being if you're abusive, like I don't know what the relationship was. If you were abusive, if you were, right, if there's some girl who's taking his fancy and he's gone the wrong way about this for sure, right? I don't believe what he did is right at all, not even in the slightest. I think he's an asshole the way he's handled all this. Even if you would be okay with him moving out and moving on and blah blah blah, I think the way he's handled this is beyond shitty. And then trying to get out of being responsible for the children. Like, come on. Like, and then bullying you. That's what he's doing. Understand, what he's doing right now, he's bullying you and trying to get it so that all the responsibilities that he's had, he no longer has. No responsibility for the house, no responsibility for you or financial, and do not sign a damn thing. And if you need to contact the police, contact the fucking police. If that's what he thinks he can do. He's not. You should stand your ground, get the money that you need to out of him, the alimony. Get the definitely get the fucking child support. Should you move on? Should you start over? You should start over, but not really, because you can't rewind 14 years. When I hear people say gonna start over, no, you can't rewind 14 years. It's not gonna like magic wand and boom, those 14 years you're gonna get back. No, he just took them off you. That's why a lot of cases happen where the woman gets the alimony or the guy gets the alimony, is because they put a lot of time and investment into this, and they've just ended it all of a sudden, right? And you can't get those years back. And that's when the lawyers look at stuff like cheating and this and that and who's the fault in the relationship, and that's how they balance out who is getting alimony and who's not, and who's working and who's not. Did you give up any potential career to be right? There's all that. They look into all that kind of stuff. He wanted a divorce, not just leaving you, not just a child separation, a divorce. So the vibes I'm getting. Okay, so not only the vibes I'm getting is that not only is he seeing somebody, the only reason why you would need to get a divorce is if you're planning on marrying again. If you're not, you don't really need to. Just fucking separation is fine. But he's planning. Yeah, this is something that's been going on for a while. Abandonment, adultery. Yeah. There's adultery going on there. Now the tricky part is proving that there was another relationship. Like him moving out and then meeting somebody, nothing against the law. Right? Him moving out and then, which is, chances are that's how he's trying to play this. If there's no way to prove that he was this person before, no adultery. If there is a way to prove before he left, adultery. As soon as he left, that's now a separation. He is legally allowed to actually date other people. Right? He's moved out and then said. So it's all in the timing. So if you can find out, anybody he knows, did you see him with this woman beforehand? You're going to want to look into this stuff. The lawyers are going to go over this shit with you anyway. You want him back. You're wanting him back because it's a pattern. It's we get used to certain things in our lives. It's why when you moved out of your parents' house, when you moved out on your own, away from your mom and your daddy, there's that feeling of, you're excited because you want to live on your own, right? They haven't hurt you, whatever, but you miss them because they were with you for all that time. Same as this. 14 years, of course you're going to miss them. Of course you want them back because you don't want things to change. As humans, we are really not coded to adapt with change. We've adapted to adapt to change, but we are really not designed to deal with change, right? And yeah, can't date. Yeah, I think in different states, like right here, it's not. It's not, like in Canada, it's not where I live. It's not. It's not. It's completely fine. You can date whoever you want, as long as the timing. That's the thing. It's in the timing of when it is. Most of the courts. So in some states, because I've got lots of friends who've gone through this. Some states they don't mind it. Some states they do. The part where they do is really, if you think about this, is in that fact itself. It's the kind of save on the time of trying to understand when things happen and looking into things, right? Because the other way where you can date, if it's separated, some state you have to put it into a documented thing where it says, want to be famous by followers. No, but you know what I want to do? I want to click on this, right click on your name, and then report you. Hang on, let me just take care of this for everybody. I got your back though. You know what? Is it this one? Nope, that's mod, timeout, ban. No, I'm looking for the thing that says, yeah, there you go. Spam, malicious links, bot. Yeah. So, what? I think this is a bot. Attempts to scam. Yeah. What? Bot advertising. There we go. Won't make me famous, but it'll get rid of people like you. Ciao. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, there's different rules and different stuff, and you really got to contact a lawyer, because we can give all kinds of, like me, the viewers, we can give you all kinds of thoughts and theories, and it's usually based on where we are, right? In different states, different counties, different provinces, different countries, they have different rules, right? And a lot of them are used strict, sometimes to make things a bit easier, right? And the one that Al Max is basically saying, it's set up like that so that there's no confusion. It's cut and dry. You have to, before you can go dating or before you blah blah blah. In some places where they give you need to have it in documented. In some, as long as you can, everybody can say that, right? But you can say right now, you weren't separated. He moved out. Make sure that this is documented, that you just thought he was just going to his mom's. There was no separation. He was just going to go and stay with his mom for a little bit. For a few weeks. That whole thing. Right there. First line sounds a little crazy. You thought he was just going to stay at his mom's for a few weeks to play video games? I mean, see, how old is this guy? I'm assuming he's probably in your 30s. It's really strange. Even if he's married, yeah, let's say he's got together when he's 20, 18, 20. He should be in your 30s. And there's kids involved. The kids involved is kind of... I mean, these are your kids. These are his kids, right? I couldn't imagine anybody, a man, a woman, or whatever, not wanting to be with their kids. And to say, oh, I don't want to be responsibility, especially at the age of, let's say I don't know how old your kids are, because you don't state. If, let's say you had the kids not that long after you got married, so like, let's say 12, 13. Let's even just say 10. He's addicted to them. They're his kids, there's flesh and blood, right? So the only reason I would think of that he wouldn't want to part is if the person that he's with, the girl he's with, is probably trying to talk him out of having anything to do with them. If you're not staying with me, I'm going to even take a wild guess and thinking that she's probably young and he's thinking with his dick and not with his brain, with his heart or his brain. But all that aside, you need some respect for yourself. Of course, you're feeling you want him back because you want to stay with that pattern of this wonderful this 14 years of marriage. you're used to it. It's simple. It's easy. It's what you know. To jump into the unknown, what we are not used to as primal beings. Of course, you don't want to do that. Yes, I would say move on, not start over. Move on, because you can't start over. You can't delete 14 years, but you can move on. It doesn't mean go out and find the next relationship. You need to decide yourself if you want to. A lot of relationships, a lot of people believe that the key part of relationships is to get together, procreate, move on. Some people believe the relationship as being somebody you want to stay with for the rest of your life. There's guys out there that they know they don't want to settle down, and they will go through, hey, how's it going? They'll go through their life knowing they're probably not going to stay with the same person. They were probably even told as a young age, play the field, blah blah blah, and they'll marry the next person. And you know what, to each their own. If their intent is that they don't want to be strapped down, they want to go have a relationship for 2 or 3 years and then move on, then that's fine. But you know what, be up and honest about it, so at least the person is not fucking feel like they're being strung along, because the other person probably might want more, want longer, want that happily ever after. She needs to take time to learn who exactly. I wouldn't, like, when I say move on, I don't mean just jump into another relationship. 14 years is a long relationship, and it's not something you're going to get over quick. The fact that he's moved on, he's convinced himself he's moved on. He's probably moved on in his mind because he's managed to get his dick wet. And it's something new and it's something fancy, and very shortly it's probably going to kick in what he's done. Especially if this girl has just gotten off on the idea she just stole the man of some other woman. She's on a fucking kick right now. And when that kick runs out and the fun moments run out, and she realizes that not only is she's thinking she's fucking too cool, but she hasn't got it in her head that he just left his wife of 14 years and children for her. What makes her feel so fucking safe that he's not going to do the same thing to her? That hasn't occurred to her at all, not even the slightest. In most relationships that I've seen where that happens, the guy quite often goes back to the wife. There's only like a booty, it's just a fucking quick flavor of the week, of the month, when he realizes he's missing his kids and he's missing his best friend, which is his wife. He'll want to go back to her. And so when she thinks she's all nice and fucking safe, she's going to get a nasty rude awakening. Or he's going to get even worse awakening as well, because she's got you. She's got the guy. Yay, look at me. That challenge has gone away. So why is she going to stick with him? She wants that challenge. She wants that thrill. She's going to try to find the next person. She's going to cheat on him. Because she doesn't fucking care about the whole cheating thing. She's going to move on to the next. It's lots of weird fucking shit. But you, yourself, because you're the one asking the question. He wouldn't want to ask me this question, because I'd go up one side of him and down the other, of how he's treating you. I think the way he's treating you is horrible. So it's disgusting. But for you, you need to move on. Be nice-ish, because you want them to be in the children's life, and it's their father, right? You don't want to turn them against their father. That's a shitty thing for anybody to do, right? Let them make their decision. You don't need to be sucking up to him or anything like that, or being nice to him, but don't badmouth him around the children, just as he shouldn't be doing that to you either. You just need to talk. You just need to fucking have lawyers present and come up with the thing of, yes, he's going to need to pay child support and maybe alimony until you get married. Most places have it so that if you get married, he is no longer responsible for alimony. That alimony lasts a certain amount of time. Child support, he will always need to be responsible for that. I don't know of any place that has it so that they don't pay child support even if the other person gets married. But I could be wrong. At least I can't think of any places that have that. But that aside, you need to be good to yourself. so that you can be happy with yourself, which you deserve to be. You deserve to be. You deserve to be the part where these children are going to grow up and you get to enjoy your life having successfully raised two beautiful children together, or even separately. You should be able to cherish that part, whether you're with him, whether you're not with him, whether you meet somebody else. Don't let him spoil those moments that you're going to still have. Don't let him make you feel bitter in any way, shape, or form. Don't lash out, but don't let him walk all over you. Be true to yourself. If yourself is the kind of person that you will be vindictive, go for it. But if you're not the kind of person who'd be vindictive, then do not let him change you. Do not let him turn you into something that is not true to yourself. Don't give him that power. Because if you're not vindictive and you go vindictive, you give him the power that he made you vindictive. You know what I mean? If you were strong and his actions have turned you soft, smarten up, strengthen up, and destroy that man's life. No, don't destroy his life, because that's a shitty thing to do to anybody. But do not let, no matter what, do not let him walk all over you. Do not sign those papers. Contact a lawyer. Get ready for a battle, because he's clearly wants one. And I can almost guarantee, I don't care what country it is, they're not going to side with him. They're probably going to think he's much of a slime ball as we all do. But anyway, that's that question. That seems to have gone on for quite a bit, if not for anything else than the fact that I had that stupid bloody internet crash on me. I'm still connected, so that's good. That makes me happy. My next question. I'm going to move on this one because it's questions like this bug me. It feels toxic. Okay, another random question. Question number 6, and it's a random one. And I'm going to put this as a vote too. Oh yeah. Okay. And I'm not even going to type it out. You just can put 1 or 2. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Can you be in a relationship without trust issues? Can you be in a relationship without trust issues? Depends on the kind of relationship. If you're just a booty call and you're both in agreements that it's just booty call, absolutely. A booty call is still a relationship. Anytime you are dealing with another person walking, you go to a restaurant, there's a relationship between you and the waitress. That's the relationship. You're a customer, they are the waitress. That's a relationship. Anything time you're dealing with somebody, there's a relationship. The relationship which you're going to be in a booty call is it's just sex. It's kind of a friendship, but it's not quite a friendship. It's not as big as a friendship, it's just sex. A friendship is a relationship. A romantic relationship is a relationship. All relationships. I've got a relationship with my sister. She's my sister. That's a relationship. Me and my mother, my father. Relationship. Family. It's the type of relationship we're talking about. Can you be in a relationship without trust? You could be in a difficult relationship. There'll be issues, right? Kind of relationship last without hang on, can you be in a relationship? It's the wording of it. Hang on, can you be in a relationship without trust issues? At some point, most relationships do end up coming across trust issues. I think it's an inevitable thing. We're humans. There are billions of fucking humans on this planet, and we are clumsy, we are silly, we have good thoughts and bad thoughts, and we say stupid things, and we hurt people's feelings without intending to. We take things the wrong way, we step on each other's toes. We're just clumsy creatures all around, right? So trust can be damaged for all kinds of reasons. Could be for legitimate reasons, it could be for just silly mistakes, it could be that nothing was meant, nothing even happened. And trust is usually at the beginning, it's given, but when stopped, it's a motherfucker to get back. Can you really have a relationship without trust issues? I don't think you can. I think at some point it's inevitable going to happen. I think the trick is to learn how to cope with things, how to overcome those trust issues. Can you bounce back? Can a mistake be made? Learn to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry, I do care. Let each other know that you care. Let each other know that the thing that you've done, you didn't mean to do, and you're not going to do it again, or you're going to try not to do it again. Don't necessarily keep making fucking promises. Everybody makes promises in a relationship. Oh, I'm never going to step on your toe again. And then you step and go again by accident. You shouldn't have made that promise, because that now makes a double whammy. One, you've made a promise to not do it again, and two, you just did it again. Right? So that's the double whammy. You've hurt them a second time, and you broke a promise. Right? So avoid making promises that you can't keep. Unless you know for sure you'll never do it again. Don't make promises you cannot keep, because that's just making the trust issue bigger. But you know what? I think a good relationship needs things to happen that could potentially damage the trust. Not maliciously, not in a mean way, but be able to see, can it bounce back? I love the wedding vows, for better or worse, richer or poorer, sickness and health, because it's those negative side of those ones, the poorer, the sickness, the worse, all those three right there. When those are when they are there, and the partner sticks around, that's when you know you can trust the person. So it needs to happen. I need to have somebody step on my toe. What's their response? Are they going to care about my fucking toe hurts? Or are they just not going to give a damn? Because if they don't give a damn, why am I with this person who doesn't give a damn? Now, is the reason why they're not giving a damn because they're tired and they just can't. But they really, you know that they meant to say sorry. The trust issues scratched. But I know. So it's not damaged. Later on, they'll probably apologize. Maybe just, hey, you know what? You just stepped on my toe. Then see what they say. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Sometimes people will just go into the defense. Oh, I really didn't mean to. Why the fuck are you making such a big issue about it? Right? That in itself is not to me a reason why to have trust issues. That just means they're feeling embarrassed. They just don't want to really admit it. They don't want to face it. I'd have a little issue with it, but it wouldn't be a fucking end of a fucking friendship or relationship. So to that random question, I really don't think you can be in a relationship without issues in the way that this is being worded. I think all relationships at some point will inevitably have, even whether it is a tiny amount of trust issues or massive fucking trust issues. I don't think that there's a way to just not have trust issues at all. Just learn to deal with it, learn to cope with it, learn to see if you can make it work. And if it can't, if the trust issues are that bad, then maybe it's something you might need to consider moving on or finding a way to fix it. But anyway, that, as they say, is that for that question. I'm not going to bother with the vote. It's pretty much it's already understandable on that one. Question number 7. I'm going to have to redo this one. Hang on a sec. Because I'm pretty sure this is not going to fit. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is one of the questions that another one that pissed me off, but this is from Anonymous. Bear with me a moment, please. Let's check to see if it fits. It barely fits. Okay, it's not even fitting at all. Not doesn't even fit, so was. So it has to go there. Give me one sec. I don't even know if it'll fit lengthwise. over. I gotta find some kind of measurement so that this will all fit better in the future. I think that one just there. That one. Alright. Still not quite there yet. Almost got it. I might just have to just read this one out. It's a long one, as you guys can see. But if I remember rightly, I really wanted to answer this one because it pissed me off. Not because of the person writing, just that there's people like that in this world. When I read stuff like this, I just feel like the world is just so fucking broken. Ah, it did. Oh, it still didn't fit. But you know what? Let's just go with it anyway. So 8 years. Actually, I'm going to read on the screen. So 8 years in a relationship, ended up pregnant, was not planned for 3 months, and 3 months later, 8 years in a relationship, ended up pregnant, was not planned, and 3 months later pregnant, he told me he couldn't do this. And we lived together 4 to 5 years together. I moved out back to home with my mother. Always still seen me on weekends, acted like we were together, and would always be reminded not together. Baby was born in October. He came around more. First 3 months was a fight to have him help financially, and now we're getting along great. Asked for things without a fight. Do things as a family almost every weekend. I asked him where we stand, and he says we still need to work on things, and it is one a relationship till after he buys a house, and asked me to go look at a house with him. The other day, I'm afraid, because I'm still in love with him. I'm still in love with this man, but I don't trust him with the plan. And if it's getting anywhere, almost 2 years broken up, really, I've been patient enough. If we're getting back together, I want nothing more than to be together and be a family. Sorry for the story. He told me recently he still has feeling for me even after 8 years of being together. Good, well, I would think so. Advice and what I should do. I'm even in counseling to work for my prior trust issues, insecurity, mainly pictures, so we don't get off topic. Do you think he really wants a future with me? I think it's the grammar's where I got a bit confused with this. I don't know. He sounds like he's not to sound insulting. He sounds like a child. is we were together for 8 years. And from my understanding, 4 years, you've lived together. So after about 3 years, you've moved in together. That's why it says 4 to 3 years. For 4 to 5 years, you start living together. No, after 3 years, you start living together. Because it's 4 to 5 from the 8. That's what I'm just putting numbers in, trying to understand. So about 4 or 5, halfway through the relationship, you start living together. That to me is weird to begin with. If I'm with somebody, it wouldn't take me 3 fucking years to live with a person. That was just weird. But that's me. It sounds like you want to be a family, and it sounds like he understands the concept of a family, but doesn't really. He sounds like he wants to have his cake and eat it too. To be honest, that's what he sounds like he wants. He wants to be able to say, I'm not in a relationship with you, but I'm gonna do all the things that a relationship thing does. So one, he can have the family, he can have the sex with you, he can have dating, but he can also have somebody else because he's not in a relationship, and he doesn't need to feel the guilt of cheating on you or whatever. He can go and have his fun with other people too. He got the best of everything, and you've got the best of looking after his kids, him not paying, and not doing it, not even trying to invest in a relationship with you, just basically stringing you along, looking after his kids. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're being strung along, and that's the feeling I'm getting from it. Do I think there's a future for you guys? There could be. Slim chance. There could be. Now here's the question I'm going to answer for free, without even being asked. Should you look at a future with them? I don't think so. I think you deserve better than this shit. I think you're wanting more from a relationship that you've invested 8 years with, had children with, and all that kind of stuff, and he's keep bouncing it about. I want it, I don't want it, I want it, I don't want it. He wasn't there by your side in the fucking pregnancy. Oh, I just don't think I can do this. Well, he wasn't doing it. You're the one that was in the hospital. You're the one that put on fucking weight. You're the one that did the fucking work. And he tossed you aside like you were nothing because he doesn't think he can do this. Dude, fuck off. All he needed to do was be by your side, hold your hand. That's it. The rest of it just falls into place. Yes, I mean, life's a struggle, especially when it comes to kids, but you struggle together. But that's my 10 cents worth. I think you need to find somebody who wants the same things that you want. He clearly doesn't want this. He wants this, but he doesn't want this on a permanent level that he has to give up all of his stuff. You sound like you want a family with somebody who is devoted to you and the children, and he's out there. Fuck, he's out there. Tell this fucking guy, you're not a booty call. Piss off. Do your job. You fucking no. I get that you love him, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's the bottom line as well. If this is what you want, then yes. But if you don't want to be just a booty call, this is not the guy. If you want a serious relationship, this is not the guy. This is not a future as in live happily ever after. This is the kind of relationship where if he was to bump into Mrs. Right in his eyes, you'd be a thing of the past without qualms or even guilt. Nothing. Why? Because you're not married. Doesn't live with you. He's stringing you along. And I'm not saying this to hurt you. I feel bad. But yeah, that's what I'd say. That's it. Move on. So not going to bother with a question with that one because there is no real question for that. We'll go with this next one. What's that? Thanks for the acceptance. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. What? Why is it never fitting? I have to like crop it down again. Situation was the word that fit. Okay, let's do that one. How is that on my screen looking like it fits better? Okay, let's see if that works. Still bulging over, which on my screen doesn't look like it is, but suddenly it is. Alright, here we go. So, thanks for the acceptance. I'm in a tough situation right now. I have a cushion to go. I go to college with a girlfriend I go to college with. My problem is the current circumstance make things tough to the point where I don't see us being a thing. Therefore, I have a hopeless romantic, and I have a hopeless romantic, and it sucks because we have so much in common. I just need some advice on how to cope and move on from someone you never dated. Well, if you've never dated, there's no moving on. What are you talking about? You talk about having feelings for somebody else, then go have feelings for somebody else. This is a silly question. I'm sorry, but it's not. I'm not trying to be harsh or anything like that. This is a silly question. If you got a crush on somebody, fucking tell them. You basically saying that you haven't said anything because you don't feel blah blah blah. You don't know what the future is. You don't know what could work. You don't even know if all the circumstances. Yeah, my problem is the current circumstances. Blah blah blah. I don't think make things tough to the point where I don't see us. You don't know what she sees. You don't know if you could work together and try to make this actually a thing. Maybe she likes you too. You haven't said that she doesn't like you. You haven't said. The only circumstance that I could think of tough to where it doesn't work is maybe she's with somebody else. Is she with your close friend? That's the question I really want to know. To be able to answer this question better is the details of why. What is it? What circumstance is it that makes you think that it wouldn't work? If you're with somebody else, then duh. If it's because you're both going to college studying different things or blah 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 or living different areas, there's ways to make things work. But you know what? You're never going to know if you don't try. You'll never know if it'll work if you don't try. Don't ask. Don't. There's no moving on. Just stop. Like, go meet somebody else. Go date somebody else. Go. But if you're that hooked on her that you are asking this question, fuck, you know what? What are you going to lose? What are you going to lose? The worst you could say is no. Are you any worse off? No. Yes, it'll be a rejection. It'll hurt a bit. But you'll be in the same boat. You're still not with her. But you know what happens if she does turn around and say yes? Something can actually fucking happen. And then you won't need to worry about asking me silly questions like, how do you move on? Fucking speak your mind. Before you lose the chance. Because if she's not dating somebody, if she's not seeing anybody at all, and you don't try, and then she meets somebody, you've got another fucking situation there that you might not get a chance at all. Act before it's too fucking late. I'm not even gonna fucking try to get this to fit. It's silly. Got that one. I'm having. Is this the one? Yes. I'm having relationship problems, and I'm having a problem in my relationship. I have a girlfriend that loves me. You poor thing. So much. You poor thing. I used to love her as well. But I have been behaving very strange to her now. I no longer take her calls. This is an odd fucking question. What? I no longer taking her calls. I don't even like to see her around me. Not that she's offended me. As far as I'm concerned, she's done nothing wrong to me. This is a girl I've loved. So before, a girl I carry on my back every day, but now I don't even like to touch her. Even with all my strange attitude, she's still there for me. What do I do to go back loving her like I used to? Even as much as she irritates me, I still have feelings for her. Please, what? 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 This is gonna hurt my brain. Okay. What? Oh. Ow. Yeah, told you. You're gonna give me a fucking migraine. Okay. What? I'm having... You're having a problem in your relationship. You have a girl that loves you so much, you put it. She's in love with you. She wants to do things with you. She cares about you. And even with you pulling away and being a dick, I mean, pick up the phone. What do I do so even as she irritates me? My thoughts. You need fucking help. You need a fucking psychiatrist. It's got nothing to do with her. It's got nothing to do. I can even tell the fact that you're saying I still have feelings for her. That you're trying to figure out how to get back in love with her. Well, you said you have feelings for her. It's there. The love's there. Something about her is bugging. You just might need relationship counseling. You might need counseling of your own to figure out what the fuck it is that's bugging you so much that you can't even realize that you're still in love with her. Otherwise, you wouldn't have written out this song. I can't even fucking word this. It's just a fuck of a question. This is hurting my brain, this question. This question should be against the law. Do you need help? I'm not trying to insult you or make you feel like a bad person. Because the fact that, yeah, you're a bit of a dick. You're treating your girl. Because you're saying I'm in a relationship. You're saying I'm having a relationship problem, which you acknowledge that you're in a relationship. I have a girlfriend, which again acknowledges you're in a relationship. So you know you're in a relationship. You want to be in the relationship. You don't want to leave her. You don't want to lose her. But you're irritated by her. I wish I knew what it was that's irritating, but you've even said she hasn't done anything. She hasn't done anything, which means this is all on you. Something inside of you needs help. Not her, you. You need to get some fucking help. I wish I knew what it was that's irritating you. Sometimes maybe a bit of time apart. Few things that can work. Have a little time apart. Go and do something else. Separate. Go out of town. Tell her that you just need, not that you just need a break. Don't. That is bad in a relationship. Breaks up, or even temporary breaks up. Those are bad because they're just bad. Bad idea. Never works. There's exceptions, but it's a bad idea. Go on vacation. Go say, I'm going to see a friend. I don't know. Go do something. Go spend the day somewhere by yourself, away from her. Nobody else. Not even other fucking friends or whatever. Or even, go see some of your buddies. You got some male friends. Go hang out with them. Go paintballing. Go do something away from her. Then come back to her. Miss her. Allow yourself to miss her. Don't talk to her. Don't pick up the phone. Like, well, you're already doing that. But you definitely, I would seriously say you need to find out what it is and work around that. What it is that's irritating. Maybe even talk to her. say, oh, is it the way that she brushes her hair? Is it the way that she... I don't know. Go through the things that you liked about her. Are they still there? Are they still there? And yet you do say right here that you still have feelings for her. You want to go back to loving her. Fuck. Those two lines right there, they don't click together. What do I do? What do I do to go back to loving her? As much as she irritates me, I still have feelings for her. Well, you do love her. You just admitted right there you have feelings for her. They're not two separate things. Loving her and having feelings for her, not two separate things. They're the same fucking thing. You didn't say, oh, I know this girl who loves me so much. I have this girlfriend. You've acknowledged that this is somebody you love. She's your girlfriend. I don't think there's anything wrong with the feelings. I think there's something fucking mentally wrong with you. This is a weird question. This is a weird question. Some weird questions are cool, but this is a really weird fucking question. Anyway, I got one more question. I'm going to let that one go because that's driving me nuts. Next one, and the last one. We've got 10 questions already. What time is it? 3, 4, almost at 2 hours. Well, let's get this next one. This next question is a bugger of a one. Let me try to get it for you guys. Where are you? There you are. It's going to be a tough one. From Emmanuel. Here we go. Please, I need your advice urgently. As a friend's girlfriend broke up with him. For his friend. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Okay. A friend's girlfriend broke up with him for his friend. I wish that had alcohol in it. A friend's girlfriend broke up with him. Okay? Friend's girlfriend broke up with him for his friend. Oh, so... Oh. So, your friend's girlfriend broke up with your friend for one of his friends. You're not the friend, are you? If you're the friend, I don't know what to think. Now his ex-girlfriend's best friend is falling head over heels for what should he do? What is with this generation? Oh, fuck. I swear. This is the generation of let's create as much fucking drama as possible. That's just a little blurb of a question. And there's so much drama in that. Those 2, maybe 3 fucking lines. 3 fucking sentences. And there's so much fucking drama in that. That didn't even need to happen. My friend's girlfriend broke up with him for his friend. And now, his ex-girlfriend's best friend, so the girlfriend's best friend, has got feelings for him. Well, the fact that I'm not trying to say an eye for an eye, but I think that, I mean, you know what, you've got that saying, like, bros before whores and that kind of shit. You don't fucking date your ex's friend, but she just did that to him. I think all fucking bets are off. Fuck, that rule has gone the fuck out the window already. If she's dating his friend, and I'm really hoping you're not the guy. I mean, if you're the guy, whatever. Are you the guy who, are you like saying, oh, I've got this friend who really wants to ask a question? If it's that kind of situation, fuck, This one's giving me a headache. I get the best questions ever. Woo! Oh, this is giving me a headache. My best friend. This is an odd one. I don't think you have any issues. Because if the way I'm reading this right, your friend had a girlfriend. And that girlfriend dumped him for his friend. Then, that girlfriend's friend had feelings for him, for your friend, and he doesn't know what to do. I don't think it really matters. The whole fucking thing of dating your ex's friend really counts on this thing. If she's done it to him, it's not an eye for an eye thing. It's kind of like, don't call the fucking kettle black, right, Mr. Pot? Don't be a fucking hypocrite. If he likes her, see, that's the thing, you haven't actually said that. Does he like her? You just said that his ex's friend had feelings for him. Does he have feelings for her? Is he interested in her? Is he want to go have a cup of coffee, for fuck's sake? First of all, that's the easy fucking thing. You want to find out if there's something there, one of the quickest ways to go have a cup of coffee. Coffee is like dating 101. Go have a cup of coffee. Because you can learn so much from just a simple cup of coffee as the first get to know you thing. Yeah, you don't need to do what all these fucking movies, go and have fucking dinner, go do this, go walk in a park. No, go have a cup of coffee. Even if it's at a park. Even if you're going to go grab a cup of coffee, sit at a fucking table, on a bench, talking to each other, get to know each other. It's the easiest way to do, and you get to see if there's some kind of attraction. Do I like the sound of her voice? Is the sound of her voice sound like Janet from... Is it Janet? Janet from Friends. If you've watched Friends, you know who I'm talking about. I couldn't. There's no way. And that's what I'm saying. If he had heard her voice before he got involved, or the laugh, or whatever, have a cup of coffee, you decide, I want to invest in this. It's an odd, confusing question. Tricky. But yeah, that's my answer. Is if he likes her, go have a cup of coffee. Don't be worried about the whole fucking bros before hoes, or don't date my... She's just dated dumped his ass for his friend. I'm assuming that his friend is no longer his friend anymore. Unless, of course, you are the friend. Dick move. Because you guys are the ones that would have started the whole chain of events into this fucking pit of drama that you just put yourself into. This generation, this world right now just seems to be just filled of fucking drama. Drama. Just get as much as I can. Fucking, what the hell was that guy called a long time ago? If you used to wear glasses and he would have guests on, and fucking sisters were dating brothers and having babies, and he's not your baby. No, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck was Jerry Springer? I knew I was gonna get his name. The world has turned into one giant fucking Jerry Springer. And whether it is in relationships or fucking politics, it's all become one giant fucking Jerry Springer show. And it's fucked up. This question is such few lines. And it didn't need to go to this. It didn't need to be any of this. It's like an episode of Friends that's just gone wrong. That's what I'm reading this is. An episode of Friends that has just gone fucking nuts. But anyway, that's all my questions. I answered a lot of them. And this show will be on again next week. This is the end of episode 7. If you do have any questions, feel free to right there. That email address right there. Hang on, I could do this one. comes right there. Send the question there. If you don't want your name mentioned, just say that you want this question anonymous, and I will put it on this. If the question is within reason, if it's just simple dating questions, I can answer those easy. Depending on how mental a question is. No judgments. I don't judge. Okay. I will say it as it is, how I think it. As I said, my disclaimer: I'm not a psychiatrist. I am not a lawyer. I give it to you how I would see it. Right. If I think you're being a dick, I'll tell you. I'm sorry, you're being a dick. Just like this guy and all of his weird friends, his drama friends. But yeah, I've always had this knack of seeming to be able to give advice, and I'm a good person for that kind of stuff, right? But I hold no responsibility for if you do something or you don't do something or you whatever. You're in control of that, right? So feel free to ask a question, and I will be back probably next Thursday. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm just mumbling now. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you all came and joined in the conversations on some of these questions, as tough as some of them have been. And I will see you guys next week at 2 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday, happy September the 17th. That's what it is right now. If it changes, feel free to join my Discord down below. Click on that. It'll show you my updated schedule, or on Twitter. I usually put that. I'm going to start trying to put that on Saturdays so it shows ahead what my schedule is planned. But it might change, so always check the Discord in schedules or announcements for any changes in it. Thank you for watching. People on Twitch, thank you for watching on YouTube. Click subscribe, click the bells, do your thing, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao. Well, thank you for watching. Appreciate you enjoying the video. I hope you liked it. Feel free to follow, subscribe, ring bells, do your thing. If you want to watch more of this content, I will be having this show a lot more, and yeah, there's other shows as well, other videos on here, but there'll be more content coming as I go.